Well, welcome to Agape. So glad you took the time out of your day to join us as we celebrate life together, as we explore. If you've not been to Agape before, realize that Agape is Greek for unconditional love. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, the love of God operating through the human heart. What I say is that love means acceptance. So if I look at you and I say I love you, what I'm saying is I accept you as you are. I embrace your uniqueness. See, we've confused like and love. And I want to tell you, like is a very different thing. At Agape, we teach how to better self-love through conscious living, and that everything begins with you. Until you can love yourself, you cannot love anyone anymore. The more you fall in love with yourself, the more you accept yourself, the more you can accept someone else. That's why the work is always within. So let's take a moment and let's go within. So I invite you to get comfortable in your chair. However you're seated, be comfortable. Put your hands gently resting on your lap. Connect your index finger and your thumb. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. Realizing that life is breath, and life is breathing life into you as life. This breath nourishes, purifies, and connects. So as you bring your awareness to your breathing, you are nourishing and purifying your body. You are nourishing and purifying your mind, and you're connecting to the deepest part of you, to the divine part of you, to the infinite part of you. In this state, where you are tapped into infinite wisdom, go within, and what question is in your heart that you desire to receive an answer? And ask the question. It could be as simple as, what is my next step in my job? What is my next step in my relationship? What is my next step to creating a healthier body? What is my next step to achieving greater financial abundance? But ask the question of yourself right now. And after you ask, just sit and listen for a moment. Be still and let the I am speak to you. Realizing that all you're asking for is the next step. And know that you can come back and ask again, what is my next step now? Keep in mind that life is a journey, and our whole purpose is to be present as we take the journey that we choose to experience. So knowing that you are divinely guided in every moment, in everything that you do, start to bring your awareness back to this time, to this place, to this day. And when you're ready, open your eyes, put a smile on your face, and become fully present. Today, I'd like to talk to you about mind in its relationship to matter. And this is a discussion from a religious science perspective, because that's what we teach here at Agape. We teach religious science, which is based on the book called The Science of Mind, written by Ernest Holmes. And when we understand that there's one mind, an infinite mind, what is its relationship to it? This mind is all there is. It is from this mind that everything originates. You see, since all physical forms are condensations of energy into unique types, there must be some intelligence that is creating the frequencies that shape this energy. You know, if you listen to science, science says everything is energy. And if you go into quantum physics says consciousness is the awareness of everything. It is the basis. It is the foundation of everything. It is mind. And so what happens is consciousness focusing on a specific energy, giving it a specific frequency, creates form. And that's why science says that energy always will be. You cannot create more energy or destroy energy. Energy just takes different form. So you may have something and you burn it up. The energy hasn't disappeared, it's just taken on a different form. And the form energy takes on is based on the frequency that is applied to that energy. And because we know there are form and we know that energy has taken shape, we understand that there is an intelligence out there. This very intelligence that's out there also allows me to communicate with you. Because if there wasn't one consciousness, how would you understand what I'm saying? How would we be able to communicate? How would we be able to interact? How would we be able to share? So what's in front of us gives us affirmation that there is one mind. And this one mind creates form through giving it frequency. So understanding that there's one consciousness and infinite intelligence, we can go that there is one cause back of all forms. And there is this cause and different variations of the one substance. You get that? There's only one substance, it's energy. And the cause, the mind, the thought behind it, creates variations in this. It's like if you're ill and you change your thought about your body, change your vibration to a healthy vibration, a body that's in homeostasis, you will shift the form or the experience that you're having within your body. It's just that simple. You see, nothing changes but form. Consciousness is constant. It is everywhere. It is unique. It is infinite. But how we use that consciousness shifts the energy into form. But the energy is always there. It doesn't change. One of the things that'll happen for us the more we study and the more we embrace is that someday we will discover that all negative conditions are self-inflicted. Really take time to embody what I've just said. We will discover that all negative conditions are self-inflicted. Well, Lee, what does that mean? It means that the thought process that you are having is creating the conditions that you're experiencing. So here's an interesting thing. If you look at the world today and what's going on, and one of the things that's happening in the world today is that inflation is very high. Now you can buy into the fact that inflation's high, and if you watch the news and follow the media, you're seeing that people are really struggling. They're struggling, and this inflation is taking them down. It's going down a really bad path. The question I would ask is, are there people thriving in the midst of inflation? I know that I am. I know that I am thriving in the midst of inflation because I don't view it that inflation is my source. It seems that no matter what I do, because I believe that the infinite, this infinite mind that creates form, is my source, and I realize that the energy I put out is the energy I receive back. So if you are receiving from the outside world an energy of lack, and you start emitting that energy of lack, you're going to have lack. So you've created the negative conditions. If you're one of these individuals who believes that they are not enough, they're not good enough to be in a great relationship, they're not good enough to have a great job, they're not smart enough to do this, to do that. If you believe that, you are creating the negative conditions of your life. What I will say to you is this: believe that if you are created out of the infinite, it means that every part of you is made of the infinite. The infinite mind is available for you to think with. And think about this: the infinite never created any two things that are exactly alike. So you are a unique expression of the infinite, which means your uniqueness is what makes you special. So the question you must ask yourself is this: how can I use this uniqueness to create my great life while bringing value to others? And when I use my uniqueness to bring value to others, it's not a chore, it's not a task, but it is an incredible gift in which people give back to me in the form of energy, which could be love, could be kindness, it could be money. You see, not only do we discover that negative conditions are self-inflicted, but positive conditions are self-inflicted. And it's all a response to the mental atmosphere that we create about who we are and what are our expectations in the world. You see, what we call evil is merely a passing experience of the soul. If evil were a real identity, we could not overcome it. But knowing it is a pattern of thought or belief, we now have the chance to change our power. We have the power to change the pattern. When we change the pattern, the law that creates gives us a whole new experience. So evil is not an entity. The devil does not exist. That is a human creation. The experience of what we call evil is the fact that we have got a thought pattern that's operating in a different direction from where we want to go. And who controls our thought patterns? Well, remember this. If you're a young person or an old person, it doesn't matter. Your mom and dad created thought patterns in you. Schools created thought patterns in you. They may have created thought patterns. Well, you're not good enough. You didn't do well in this class. Well, wait a second. The reality is you are tapped into infinite mind. If you're tapped into infinite mind, infinite wisdom's there. It doesn't matter what the school says. You just have to open up to that infinite wisdom and create a thought pattern that no matter what I'm doing, where I'm at, infinite wisdom now guides and directs my every thought, word, and action. If you have that as a belief, you've got the power. You can change anything in your life experience. You see, we make our own mistakes, experience their consequences, and yet we are able to shift these consequences by simply returning to conscious directed thinking. That's right. We make a mistake. We're not bound by that mistake for the rest of our life. No, we change our thought process, consciously choose to think in a different way. And because that thought is a frequency, it takes the energy that is around us, remolds it into a completely different experience. You see, our mind is the mind of the infinite, functioning at the level of our understanding of our place in the universe. The more we understand that we are the infinite expressing, the more power we have. The less we understand that it is the infinite mind that we're expressing through, the less power we have. Most people believe that the power is outside of them. And because they believe that the power is outside of them, they become victims. They're no longer conscious creators. They're creating blindly through unconscious beliefs and unconscious thought patterns. Limited thought is the only thing that binds us, and the only thing that can free us is open and expansive thinking and knowing fully who we are. Who we are is an individualized expression of the infinite. Think about that. You're unique, you're whole, perfect, and complete. Really embrace that affirmation this week. You may want to say that. Say it 15 times every day. I'm unique, connected, whole, and complete. I am unique, connected, whole, and complete. Remember this. So is everybody else. So when you stop judging your uniqueness, you'll stop judging others' uniqueness. And now, my friends, we've created a world that works for everyone because we are centered in love. I want to thank you for joining me today. And I want you to know that Agape, we offer many things where you can tap in. One of the things that I know is that people are feeling lonelier now than ever. And we have ways to plug in. All of the information that you need to know to find out what's available to you at Agape is at agapespiritualcenter.com. One of the things we have is every Wednesday at 1:30 Central Time and 7 p.m. Central Time, 2 different times, we have Agape gatherings on Zoom. If you would just like to connect with people, to talk, to share, to listen with like-minded people, I invite you to join us. Don't be shy. If you are needing support, we are here for you, but we don't know unless you ask, unless you show up. So together, I know that you and I are part of the infinite, and we can create lives so fantastic. And I want you to know that me and all the other people that belong to the Agape Spiritual Center are here to support you. So knowing you have that behind you, make this your best day, best week, best life ever. Until next time, much love. Aloha.